Hey guys and dolls, welcome back to Danimal Sound. I am Danny Lee, and in this video we're going to do a quick overview of the new Arctic kit by Jacob Hansen Audio. So this is the second offering from Hansen Audio as far as drum kits go, the first being the Molten kit, and that was offered, I believe, with TCI files, but it also had its own sampler. That is not the case with this release. They have gone with just presets loaded into Trigger via TCI files, and it works perfectly well, so I don't even miss having a sampler here, honestly. This is what it looks like. I've got a separate track here. This is the Ludwig Acrolite preset for just the snare drum. So basically he's got it configured so each aspect or component, if you will, of the drum kit is compartmentalized into a preset. So in this case, we have just the snare from this kit, the top, bottom, overhead, close room, medium room, far room, and a sustain. And you can think of the sustain fader sort of like a stripped down version of a transient designer. So in this case, you can bring this up and down as you like to add more shell ring from the snare, which is kind of cool in some cases. You want a little bit of extra texture to it and whatnot. I will go ahead and circle back to my original mix here, which has, as you can see, I have two top snare mics, a bottom, and then a couple different samples I'd already layered in. And then typically what I'll do is I'll also use a snare room sample that I trigger off the original snare to give some size as needed. So I'm going to play just a couple bars of that for you to give you an idea of the original. Okay, so that sound holds its own between the live snare and the samples that I have, plus the room sample. And now we'll flip on over to the settings I chose for the Arctic kit snare. Mute those and mute this guy. So now you're hearing the same kit, but no room sample and no original snares, just the Arctic kit snare. As you can see, it's got some attitude to it, some beefy vibe, got some cool ambience, most of which is coming from the overhead track here. And I do have afterwards, I'm running a Metric Halo channel strip version 4 instance, in which case I'm boosting a tiny bit of around 300, I believe. Yeah, around there. Some top end just to make the snares cut through just a tiny bit more. And I'm going to rerun this again for you, and I'm going to mess with the overheads and the sustain fader separately just to give you an idea of what they sound like in context as far as what they can add to the table or take away, if you will. As you can see, the sustain comes up quite a bit. You hear a lot more of that shell ring, which is kind of cool. Add some nice texture and vibe to that. And then with the overheads, it's kind of cool because you can get quite the range of emotions out of the snare, if you will, if you just play with this fader. I believe in the preset it was originally set to 9 or 10, and I've pulled it down just a touch, but I will pull that up and down and exaggerate so you can hear exactly what it is and how it's interacting with the rest of the close mics. And just for fun, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to reinsert my room sample just to go completely nuts with ambience. So here we are without the room sample. Maybe it's overkill, maybe it's not, you be the judge of that. It's all taste. You could go days just playing with combinations in these presets. Jacob does an awesome job with his sampling, and to reiterate, I only picked the snare component from this Acrolite kit, and he has done it in such a way where this is the same for the kick and the toms from each kit. So you basically have the toms are double mic, top and bottom, the same settings, not same settings, but the same configurations, if you will, with overheads, close, medium, far, sustain. That goes for the toms and the kicks. So it's pretty awesome. You could load up a bunch of these and just get a really, really incredibly detailed custom drum sound. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed what you heard, and check it out for yourself over at jacobhansen.com in the store tab there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.